Welcome to Dear Home Talk. I'm Abbie. I'm here to go through Hometalk's DIY forum to give people creative DIY solutions to their home and garden problems. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any more great ideas from Hometalk. I'm scrolling through Hometalk's DIY forum to find a question to answer. Lauren says, Dear Hometalk, how can I brighten up my old dated brick wall? I have a brick wall in my home and it's so dark and dated. What's an easy thing I can do to make it look better and lighter? Okay guys, let's get started. If you watched our previous episode, you saw how we transformed my parents' kitchen cabinets. The next step was whitewashing and texturizing the brick to take the kitchen to the next level. First things first, remove all the items from the countertops and lay a tarp down to protect the floor. The brick in their house is an outdated faux half brick that was already installed when they moved in. My mom was dreaming of the perfect whitewash but really didn't want it to turn pink, so we were very mindful of that during the whole process. Next, we cleaned the brick by rubbing a broom in between the grooves to remove any dust or spiderwebs. All of the materials for this project were found in my parents' garage, so it was nearly free, but estimated cost would be around $20 to $50 depending on the supplies you choose. They had some black and white left over from some other projects in the house, so that's what we used. We had 3 containers, one full of black, one full of gray, and one with the whitewashed paint. Whitewashed paint is white paint mixed with water, about 2/3 to paint, 1/3 water. We then cut a large grout sponge into sections. You can use any kind of sponge, this is just the one they had in their garage. After that, we painted on a few test bricks from a box my mom found in the garage to see how the paint was going to react. This is a great thing to keep in mind. You'll want to test it out. You won't know how it's going to look when it's actually painted until you try it out and see. We tested a few there and took what we learned over to a section on the wall behind where the trash can sits. From here, we were able to tackle the rest of the wall. We decided the original grout was too dark, so we started by brushing white paint into the grout, followed by rolling white paint over the brick to reduce any pink areas. Rollers and a paintbrush did the overall trick, but we got detailed and used a toothbrush for those hard to reach sections. Let this dry for a few minutes. Next, add some texture. We sponged on some black and gray paint, spacing it out on the wall so no two colors were clumped together, and let it dry. Next, we grabbed the whitewashing solution and sponged it on and rubbed off the excess with a wet rag. The great thing about this technique is you can add more or less of each color. You can add more black or gray depending on the effect you are wanting, and if it's too dark for you in some areas, you can always add more whitewashing solution to brighten it up. Keeping a wet rag with you is very important to make sure any drips don't damage the countertop. You can also add a drop cloth to it, but we decided the rag would do the trick. After you're happy with your ratio of dark and light areas, let it dry and you're done. The cabinets were already such a shocking makeover, but this really brought the kitchen to the next level. The whitewashing really brightened up the room and made it look so much more open. This is truly a complete transformation. I hope this inspires you to tackle a big project in your home. Got a question you need answered? Write us Dear Home Talk at the DIY forum, link down below in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week for another episode.